Well, hello everybody. Swamp Fox News, cooks and reviews coming at you with a 7 p.m. newscast, news blast. Got 7 great stories for you tonight, so sit back and watch and enjoy this show. Give it a minute to let some people get in here. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. And then one, Oregon Road. Hope everybody's doing well. Good to see y'all here tonight. Thank you for being here. Truly love you all. I hope you're feeling better, Annan. Heard you've been a little under the weather. Nevaeh, my darling, how are you? Patricia Walton, Michigan, man, how are you? Not a mod. This first time you here? If it is, glad to see you here. Thank you that you're now. Wait a minute, I gotta move this up. Won't let me see it. There it goes. You are now a mod. Thank you for being here, Rusty. Thank you for being here. We're gonna make you a mod too. All right, add moderator. All right. I like to put people to work, so y'all go rent some stuff while you're here. Say hello to everybody in chat, to Michigan Man and Rusty Wells, y'all, and show them some love on their channel. We don't say the SU word here, because they'll take them from you. So if you just go to their channels, show everybody some love. We'll help everybody build their channels up so y'all can go live. The ones who can't, the ones who can, just thanks for supporting the smaller channels. We sure appreciate it. Okay, well, I'm gonna get started with the show. I hope y'all enjoy. This first cop is a South Carolina cop. The woman says her police officer boyfriend broke her phone, strangled her, and smashed a pillow in her face. Which it ain't funny, but it's just the fact that these are cops, and it's like, I know they're people. Somebody made the comment that cops are people, and I understand that, but these are the same people who on a daily basis violate everyone's rights. And then when they're done violating our rights, they go home and violate their girlfriends or their wives or their husband's rights. Excuse me. Elgin police officer Douglas James Barton, 41, has been arrested on a domestic violence charge after his girlfriend called 911 in Kershaw County, South Carolina. Not my home county, but my home state. Barton was arrested and charged with domestic violence in a second degree after he reportedly assaulted his girlfriend at her home in Kershaw County, Sheriff Jim Matthews said in a statement. Deputies were called to the home. At a 911 dispatcher received a hang-up call around 12:30 p.m. in which they could hear a woman screaming in the background, Matthews said. Minutes later, 911 received another call and dispatched deputies to the home. Oh, the first one didn't get them. It was the second one that finally got them to go, huh? Okay. According to the woman, she and Barton got into an argument which escalated at one point while the woman tried to call 911. Barton took her phone and smashed it with a hammer, preventing her from calling for help, Matthew said. The woman said she then tried to leave her home, but Barton held her against her will, assaulted her, and threw her to the ground, deputies say. Using another phone, the victim again tried to call 911, but Barton took that phone and broke it as well, Matthew said. The woman told deputies that Barton placed a pillow over her face to keep her from screaming, grabbed her around her throat, and struck her in the face. Once the woman was able to get away from Barton, she ran to a neighbor's home where she called 911 again, and once on the scene, deputies spoke to the woman as well as Barton, who was highly intoxicated, Matthew said. Barton was arrested and taken to the Kershaw County Detention Center. In addition, he was suspended from his job as a police officer. But I guarantee you, he is probably still, even though he was suspended, of course, I don't know. It didn't say, but he's probably still getting paid, which is in another case that you'll see soon where a cop in this story, Tennessee cop, as you see, Tennessee cop pled guilty to assault and still receiving police salary. Let me say this. This first story that I just read was by Keith Palmer, y'all. Keith Palmer. Okay. This next story is by Nathan Demoff. Nathan Demoff, a Tennessee cop who pled guilty to assault, still receiving police salary. A Tennessee officer who pled guilty to assault applied to have record removed and is still on the force, despite pleading guilty in November to assaulting a suspect after telling another cop to shut off her body camera. A Tennessee police officer continues to be on paid administrative leave, nearly 2 months after she was placed on probation following her guilty plea. But Westmoreland police officer Amanda Wolf is not exactly sitting at home collecting a paycheck. Instead, she is working for the city's Animal Control Division, which is run by the Westmoreland Police Department. According to uh, WSMV, Westmoreland City Council is in charge of the process of hiring and firing of city employees and have not met since Wolf's guilty plea in November. That's just an excuse. Westmoreland Mayor Jerry Kirkman and Police Chief Ray M. Amalfitano determined she should be doing some type of work if she's getting paid, which was why she was allowed to work for animal control. Well, I do agree with that. Now, if she's getting paid, she needs to be doing something. But I don't understand why she's getting paid at all, and why they're even letting her do any kind of job with the county. She's done broke her, you know, she's done violated a citizen's rights. She has no right to be um, employed by any kind of state government that is paid by the taxpayer. Period. Westmoreland Mayor Jerry Kirkland and Police Chief. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. She was allowed to work for animal control in February 6th. So she has another 2 weeks of collecting a tax-funded paycheck after pleading guilty to beating a taxpayer. Wolfie has been on paid administrative leave since August 9th, when they began investigating her after another cop, Elizabeth Lanier, blew the whistle. Oh, well, at least. All right, there you go. Let me spell her name. Elizabeth Lanier, it looks like. Lanier, I think. Lehner. Elizabeth Lanier blew the whistle. So, okay, there's a good cop. We always say it's a good cop if they'll tell on another cop. So I guess Elizabeth must be that good cop. Woohoo! I finally found one. Well, others than the few that I know here in Charleston. So, good to family that I deal with, like I told y'all. But they're not geek cops. But anyway, the incident took place, like I said, at August 7th, after Wolf performed a traffic stop in which Marilee Colburn, a passenger, had active warrants. After questioning arose about Colburn's birthday, Colburn fled on foot. After a brief foot chase, Colburn laid on the ground, complying to Wolf's verbal commands. After cuffing Colburn, Wolfie turned to Lanier and told her to turn off her body camera, which of course she did. I could tell she said, turn your body camera off. You can hear it. You can see her mouthing it. Lanier told investigators, who is part-time cop and probably had less authority than Wolf. Never crossed my mind what she would do next. According to investigation reports, it is after Lanier turned off her camera when Wolfie decided to beat Colburn numerous times with a closed fist, like over and over and over. And she would pause and then over and over, Lanier said. Unsettled with how the situation happened, Lanier notified Chief Amalfitano, however you say that. I'm so sorry, y'all. After reviewing Lanier's claim, the chief consulted with the mayor, Kirkman, and they alerted District Attorney Ray Whitley, who requested Tennessee Bureau of Investigation to open investigation. But the moral of the story is, these people should be, once this happens, they should be suspended without pay. If you work for me and you do something wrong, I'm gonna fire you. Or even if a customer says you did something, I'm not gonna, and they got real proof like here, where you got somebody working with you testifying against you. I'm not gonna pay you while we investigate. You can make no mistake about that. Anyway, it's ridiculous. what we have to do. All right. This lady resigns. Miami prosecutor resigns from women's rights group after protecting rapist cops. How y'all like that? That's what they do. They protect each other. Remember, the last couple stories has been judges protecting them. Now here we got the district attorney protecting them. So at least she stepped down. All right, Jonette Hardiman chose to criminalize the victims instead of the cop accused of sexually assaulting four females. On the surface, Miami-Dade Assistant State Attorney Jonette Hardiman was a champion of women's rights, the chairwoman of a prominent women's group that promoted itself as fighting against sex trafficking. But beneath the surface, Hardiman was protecting a predator while blaming his victims. The predator is Haile Police Sergeant Jesus Jesse Menencal, who is accused of sexually abusing four females, including 14-year-old girl, forced to perform oral sex on him. Lord have mercy. Menencal happens to come from a very powerful cop family in Miami-Dade with a well-documented criminal past. Hardiman refused to interview three of the four alleged victims, writing them off as gang members and discrediting the juvenile by calling her a bipolar chronic runaway, according to an explosive Miami Herald article in November. Less than a month later, the FBI stepped in to arrest Menencal on two counts of deprivation of victims' rights under the color of law, dating back to 2015, in which was when the allegations against Menencal first became public. Wow, way back in 2015. Man, these people are corrupt. You see, they cover for this rapist, and he's out there arresting people every day for petty crimes and stuff. It was an embarrassment moment for the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office, which has long protected bad cops, not to mention a professional setback for Hardiman, who has worked for the state attorney's office since 1987. According to her LinkedIn page, 2 years before she was even admitted to the Florida bar, she not only knows where the bodies are buried, but has buried a few herself. Wow, figuratively speaking, of course. Of course, she's, in other words, a criminal. Uh, shrewd of credibility, or excuse me, shred of credibility, she resigned from her position as chair of the Women's Fund Miami-Dade, despite having only 12 days to go to complete her 2 year term. Well, why she, okay, she stepped down from this woman's group. She should step down from being a prosecutor. It's just really unbelievable. But like I said, this is what these people do. And this story was by one of my favorites, Carlos Miller. Carlos Miller, y'all. Oh, Lord, and this one here breaks my heart. They all do. But, you know, when injustice happens, it really breaks my heart. Texas cops refuse to say why they shot unarmed man in the head during a traffic stop. How do you refuse? So, of course, why isn't Ken Paxton, the Attorney General, arresting them? I mean, they shot him in the head and they refuse to say anything. This story is by Keith Palmer. Keith Palmer. Michael Dean was killed after being shot in the head by Texas police on his daughter's birthday. It's been more than a month since Michael Dean was shot in the head, but a Texas cop and his family is still demanding to know why. But two law enforcement agencies involved in the case have refused to release any details other than the 26-year-old man was not armed when he was killed by Temple police officer Carmen D. Cruz on December 2nd, according to the New York Times. Dean's family believes that D. Cruz should be fired, arrested, and charged with murder. Family attorney Lee Merritt said Dean was killed on his daughter's Tiana's 6th birthday. That is so horrible. De Cruz was one of the defendants in a lawsuit filed in January 2017 after a boy who authorities said was fleeing along with two other suspects following an armed home invasion and attempted robbery in January 2015 ended up pinned beneath a patrol car driven by a second officer suffering a burn for 15 minutes. The crews and other officers claimed they were not aware the boy was beneath the car, but the boy's family believed it was intentional because the smell of burning flesh should have tipped them off, according to the Dallas Morning News. Wow, so they kept the car on top of the guy, and what it was, I'm sure the muffler and all was burning him, burning the skin. They left it there for 15 minutes. These people are Satanists. I mean, these stories just prove it. In a recent case, the Dean family had a press conference at the Bell County Justice Center calling for transparency in the case. Tempe, Texas branch of NAACP protested the Tempe Police Department's response to the shooting by conducting an organized march to the police department. The incident report issued by Temple Police Investigation said Dean was pulled over at 8:12 p.m. and unclear what the initial traffic stop was for. The circumstances surrounding the shooting have not been revealed by the Texas Rangers who are leading the investigation. The Temple Police Department has not released any details either. The cruise has been with the department for 9 years and has been on paid administrative leave since the shooting. Once again, they go out, they kill innocent citizens. They refuse to say why. They go home and we still pay them. And right now, what else are we paying for? His lawyers to fight the case? I mean, it's totally ridiculous. And I know it's not my state, but of course, you know what I mean. Taxpayers. It is totally ridiculous. Now check this story out. Woman accused two cops of rape dies after falling from sheriff's moving SUV. How about that? It's a tragedy what we go through. This story is again by Carlos Miller. Carlos Miller, y'all. The Graham County Sheriff's Office said Jordan Marie Sims slipped out of her handcuffs before opening the car door. An Arizona woman who accused a male cop of raping her and a female deputy of sodomizing her with an unknown object while in custody has died after falling from a moving sheriff's vehicle Thursday. Jordan Marie Sims was said to have slipped out of her handcuffs, yeah, right, belly chain and ankle restraints before opening the rear door. Now, it's not funny. Why I laugh is because these people believe that we're so stupid to believe that she slipped out of her waist chains, her wrist handcuffs, and her ankle handcuffs. It's just, I mean, I just don't understand how they believe anybody would believe that. Said to have slipped out of her handcuffs, belly chain, and ankle restraints before opening the rear door. Now, of course, we all know the rear doors are locked, right? Don't they lock them from the outside, and you can't unlock them from the inside? But anyway, rear door to the fourth floor, which did not have, which did not have the childproof lock in place. She was pronounced dead from the head injuries at a Tucson hospital. Man, I feel so sad and so sorry for this young woman. She was raped. She was going to have them, brought up on charges. Maybe they wouldn't have jail time. Maybe they would have. So they killed her. I mean, come on. This is like cut and dry case, man. 3 days prior to her death, the Arizona Department of Public Safety examined her for signs of sexual assault using a rape kit after she accused Sanford police officer Jeremiah French of raping her while in custody. He has been placed on paid administrative leave, according to the Arizona Courier. Of course, he's going to get paid. Rape him, kill him, get paid. Be back on duty or at least with another police department soon. Sims also accused of a female Graham County Sheriff's deputy of sodomizing her with an unknown object, according to her family, who posted the following on Facebook. My niece Jordan Marie is expected to take her last breath tonight. A beautiful mother, daughter, sister, and niece gone too soon. Jordan has battled addiction for several years and has paid dearly for her addiction. She was arrested Saturday, December 21st by Graham County Sheriff's Department. That first day, she reported to her jailers that she had been raped by Deputy Jeremiah French. She was taken to Sierra Vista for a rape test, which has since returned positive. Upon her return to the detention center, she was searched by a female officer who sodomized her with an unknown object. She was refused medical treatment for whatever reason. For the next several days, she pleaded with her mom to get her out of there. She was afraid. She knew something bad was going to happen. Her mom was trying but couldn't make it happen fast enough. On Thursday, December 26th, my sister arrived for her scheduled visit with Jordan and was met with three deputies informing her that Jordan was not there and they could not disclose her whereabouts. As the day progressed, no phone calls ever came from Jordan. Around 7 p.m. that evening, my sister received a call that her daughter had been involved in an incident and was being flown to Banner University in Tucson. She arrived at the hospital to find her sweet baby girl broken, mangled, and brain dead. The story we have gotten in that she had been transported to Sierra Vista for psychiatric analysis, and upon her return to Sanford, slipped her handcuffs and jumped from the moving transport vehicle. That is bullcrap. The Graham County Sheriff's Office has issued a timeline of events leading up to her death. The Sheriff's Office says deputies transported Simmons to the Cochise County Advocacy Center following her accusations against the female deputy, which is supposed to specialize in examining victims for sexual assault. But they did not have the necessary equipment to do the test, so they transported her to Mount Graham Regional Hospital instead, which was when she fell out of the vehicle. Her family is skeptical on the narrative. Of course, Simmons was arrested on December 21st on a warrant out of Yavapai County or something like that. 2 days later, she was transported to be tested for signs of rape. Her family says on Facebook that the test came back positive, but Arizona State Police will not confirm that. Of course they won't. What do you think they're going to say? Man, this is horrible. This is horrible. And this is what, I mean, this is going to go on. I'm going to do a show 5 nights a week. And I'm going to, and this is good. It's never going to end. It's never going to end. It's never going to end. We're going to see cops doing this brutal stuff every day to citizens. And the mainstream media will not tell you about it. Carlos Miller, Keith Palmer, Joshua Brown, all of these fellas, all of these people that's pounding the payment and bringing it out here, and the auditors that are out there, y'all are the true heroes. Make no mistake about it, because the mainstream media will not tell you this. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I got something to say about Attorney General William Barr when he said that people who say stuff about the cops don't deserve protection from them. Well, listen, we don't want their protection. We're scared to death of them. We don't want, I said last night, we don't want you to call them. Matter of fact, the only time we really call them, like I have called the police, okay, when I get in a traffic accident, because I got to get a report. So they're good for stuff like that. They're good for cleanup. And that's all they're good for. How many times are they there before something happens? The only time that really, I mean, once in a while, you'll see a cop in a situation where there's, maybe somebody being attacked and he happened to be there at the right time at the right place. That's very seldom that happens. Usually, when a cop catches somebody doing something ahead of time, it's a setup. That person was set up. They're for cleanup. You call the cops after the crime happens, and then it takes them forever to get there, or while the crime's happening, it takes them forever to get there. I have a video that I can show you guys. I gotta find it. And it was just the last few minutes of the video, but I promise y'all, I drove about 15 miles from Monk's Corner through Monk's Corner, which is Berkeley County, Dorchester County, and Charleston County, in and out of all counties. And I was on the phone with 911 following a drunk driver who was going in and out of other lanes, oncoming lanes and stuff. And on the phone with him. So I finally thought, what am I doing? I turned my video camera on. I will post that video. You will see the guy swerving. He finally made it all the way to a gated community and no cops ever. I was on the phone. They kept patching me through. Well, you're out of my jurisdiction now. Let me patch you to this one. And then I'd have to explain to them what was going on. And then they would say, okay, well, you're about to be, where are you at? And I'd tell them where I was at. And they'd say, well, you're about to be out of our jurisdiction. We got to patch you through this jurisdiction. When something like this is happening, they should be allowed to, whoever jurisdiction it is, to start the pursuit and follow them and at least pull them over and wait on the next county. This person could have killed somebody, and y'all see. So yes, of course, I did call in that situation, and I hate to do it, and you'll even hear me say that on the video. But, you know, it was the right thing to do. This man could, or woman could have killed somebody. I do believe it was a man. But I don't, if something happens at my house, somebody breaks in my house, I'm going to fix my door, my window, whatever. The alarm's going to go off and whatever. I'm going to fix whatever they broke. But I'm not calling the police, because what are they going to do? They ain't going to investigate. They're going to come over here and harass me and whatever, and then they're going to leave, and they ain't never going to find who broke into the house. You know what I mean? That's what I got camera systems for and alarm systems for, because cops are clean up. Anyway, so to AG Bar, you just don't know. Are you not watching what's going on? But of course, this attorney general now, this is an attorney general. Again, I'm an independent, so I know people are going to be freaking out right now going, wait a minute. No, I'm an independent. And this guy is ruthless. You know, this is Attorney General Barr, who worked for the Bush administration, the family that helped bring down the towers. I mean, come on. He has no credibility whatsoever. He is, make no mistake, the deep state. So he has no room to talk about anything, and cops ain't to be respected these days. Look at what they do to these people, these people's families. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me get on to the next story. Now this video is going to blow your mind. Watch this 70-year-old lady on her birthday get tasered because she won't let the cops in her house. This story, once again, is by Carlos Miller, y'all. I'm gonna start it over.
Oh my gosh. No. Yeah, calm down. Y'all so fucking wrong, dog. Be quiet, mommy. What's up, bud?
Man, ain't that something, dude? I'm gonna tell you, it's like they're terrorists. You are 9 times more likely to be murdered by a police officer in the United States than any other citizen, a domestic terrorist or something like that. It's totally awful, and there are so many people that believe that these are good people. Or most of them are good. No, most of them are bad. Some of them are good. I mean, look at this. They killed a man's service dog, dude. How? I mean, how awful is that? Carlos Miller, once again, y'all. Uh, First, they lied about it. New Orleans Police Department admits vets, a veteran, Army or some kind of military vet, service dog, never bit the cop before the cop killed it. Although that's not the story he originally told. And of course, once again, you know, it's it's the citizen who suffers. It took them a week. It took them a week to admit they did not tell the truth. At first, New Orleans police claimed the dog they killed had bitten an officer which was a lie. But they stuck with the story for a week before admitting the truth that Hilo, a Doberman Pinscher service dog owned by a bipolar veteran with PTSD, never did bite the cop. Nevertheless, police tried to justify the shooting by saying the involved officer felt it was unavoidable to kill Hilo, I'm sorry, as if we're just supposed to trust their insistence and training that dictates all dogs must die if they come within a 10-foot radius of a cop. My dog didn't attack the officer, Clayton Crawford told the Times, the New Orleans Advocate. She barked at him and rushed at him. That's it. Crawford said she opened the back door to him to home to allow Hilo to relieve itself. However, the backyard is not fenced, and Hilo ran into the street where it was shot by the cop who has not been identified. The incident took place on January 2nd, and New Orleans police initially released the following statement about the shooting, according to the New Orleans Times. A dog was shot dead after it bit a New Orleans police officer on Thursday night, New Orleans Police Department confirmed. The shooting happened near the intersection of North Dupree and Onzaga Streets. And a New Orleans Police Department spokesman said the officer was on duty and following up on a case when the dog bit an officer and the officer fired at the dog, killing it, which was a total lie. So all of them lied, and then their bosses lied. So, but after it was revealed that Hilo was a trained service dog, police issued another statement saying the original statement was premature and that the dog never bit the cop. It's just unbelievable. So now this man's service dog is dead. This poor, beautiful dog who, never bit anybody. Man's service dog. The man's got PTSD, fought for this country. And this is what he gets for his service. This is what he gets. Okay, y'all, that's the last story for tonight. So I'm going to roll through chat and see who's all in the house. I thank you all for being here. Oh, I see 31 likes. I thank y'all for that. I appreciate that. I really do. And if y'all have any platforms y'all can share this on, Facebook, Twitter, and such, please do so for me. I really appreciate it. David Bourne, I'm going to make you a mod. I thank you for showing up tonight. Hope you come back and watch my show and be a part of our family. We love, support, and include everybody. Everybody's welcome. So let me go up here. Let's see. Almost to the top. All right. Of course. All right. Oregon Road. Patricia Walton, Nevaeh, Michigan man. I think I already made you a mod. Yep. Rusty Wells also. And Nevaeh's here. Thank you for being here. Safety man. Darlene Marie. All right. Amish Drywall. What is going on, my big brother? All right. Let's see. Safety man. Kim J. Patricia Walton. Freedom to Film. Freedom to Film. I thought I done made you a mod. Dang. All right, you're a mod now. I don't know what keeps happening. I know I ain't unmodding you guys. Something's going on. They messing with my channel. Because I don't unmod people unless I have a reason. Yeah, let's see. You know me. I don't let reasons happen. All right, anyway. Okay, Michigan man. Joanne. All right. Patricia Walton. Eric Johnson. What's going on? You ripping it up on the guitar? And y'all gotta go to Eric's channel and check him out, ripping one out. Now he can play. Safety man. Let's see. Hope I didn't miss anybody. David Bourne, yeah, got you. You're a mod now. Rusty Wells, Dave C. What's up, my brother? Glad to see you back, man. Appreciate you being here, Darlene. Be right back, peace. All right, thank you. We'll see you when you get back. J. David C. Ivy Peters. What's going on, darling? Sewer Dog, my brother. Y'all please go to Sewer Dog the Patriots 420 channel and help him build this channel. They took his other one. They've locked him out of it. You can still go to it and watch his videos, but he can't get in it. So I'm going to help him try to get it figured out when I go up there. Shardy McSkunkin, what's up? Man, I really appreciate all y'all showing up. Bass and the Truth. Base and Truth. That's right. Base and Truth. That's right. I'm trying to remember how this all goes. I get tongue-tied, y'all. Y'all know that about me. But y'all stick it around, so that y'all must be okay with it. So. All right. Emma, what's up, darling? Good to see you here. I like your comments. You're always commenting on the stuff, and I appreciate it. I love you, girl. Appreciate you being here. Sarah, thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch everybody. All right, I'm down at the bottom. Okay, so your day off. Well, that's cool. 9 a.m., huh? Yeah, I'm working tomorrow too. Working. We worked today. I had to plumb two toilets, pull two toilets, and snake two drain lines. Got some sabotage going on. They had well, even before I got there, one of the mechanics went ahead and pulled the toilet because they didn't know how long I was going to be. When they called me, I'm wherever I'm at, so I have to drive there. But I happened to be just right down the road when I got the call. But the mechanic went ahead and pulled the toilet and he had a plunger. But when he pulled the toilet there at the drain, in the drain, he could see that there was the toilet paper roll. The cardboard and some toilet paper still on it. And so he took the plunger and plunged it and got it to come up to the top and was able to dig it out with something and in one of the drains. But when I got there, I went ahead and snaked that drain anyway because wasn't no telling what else was there. And then I went and so I thought maybe that was good, and that we had got it all. And but no, I ended up was there installing some lights, and one of the mechanics said, "Oh, and the men's bathroom on the other side is coming out." So I had to go pull that toilet and snake that line, but we busted it all free, and the rest of it was working good the rest of the day. So we installed a few lights and did some electrical, and then headed out. But working tomorrow too, working days, and so I'm gonna do a tomorrow night show. Now tomorrow night, man, I got a really really good show tomorrow night coming. I mean, they're all good in my opinion, but this one here has got some tragedy in it, of course, like they all do, and but it's going to be a really good show. Let's see. Looking forward to being on my feet. Where you work at, Emma? Or you don't have to tell me, but if it's something you don't mind saying, if it's, or what kind of work do you do, maybe? Thanks, Swamp Fox, for all you do. Love you. I love you too, Kim. I appreciate you. And let me see if y'all talking to me. If I miss y'all, if I miss anybody's comments that are specifically talking to me, flipping burgers, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, it's a job, and you know what? You're a taxpayer and you're a patriot for working and doing your part. So, make no mistake. Now, I don't agree with income tax at all. Not at all. That's not what the Constitution's for. That's not what it supports. It supports commerce tax and stuff like that. I don't mind paying for, having like a fair tax or a commerce tax. It's what we really need to have. But anyway, you're a worker. And that's all that matters. Darlene, I'll leave a comment on it for you. Yeah, we need to go to Darlene's channel. She's got some stories she did too. Evidently, she did one on one I did. So let's go to her page and show her some love. Let me see while I'm here. Let me go ahead and go to her channel right now myself. Make sure I'm already subscribed. Let's see. Let's see. Wait, it said you don't have a video. Oh, that's Shardy. I went to Shardy's. I clicked on Shardy by accident. I was like, wait a minute. It says you don't have a video. But I was already subscribed to you. Let me back up and go to Darlene's channel. That was funny. I guess it moved. There you go. I gotta go. Okay, Darlene. Thank you for being here. Much love, mad respect. I appreciate you. I'm going to your channel to make sure. Yes, I am subscribed and I have your bells on. Let's see. Fraud alert. Yeah. Let's go to her channel. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put you on play all right now. And I got you turned down in the background, so you'll get some watch hours from this. Because what I did is hit play all, so it'll play every one of your videos and give you hours. So I suggest everyone do that. That helps small channels, y'all. See, part of what a small channel needs to go live on YouTube, like I'm going right now, and other channels that go live on YouTube without StreamYard or without Streamlabs or whatever it's called, or a third-party app. You have to have 1,000 subscribers at least, and you have to maintain that for a few days, a couple days usually. They'll after you got 1,000 subscribers, but you also have to have 4,000 watch hours. And so, if people are not watching your videos, you may gain 1,000 subscribers because everybody likes you, and we're saying, hey, go to their channel. But if you've got videos, you need to make sure that you tell people. And also, if you're trying to build a channel to 1,000 and you want to do videos, I don't care what kind it is. I do videos. I post videos of work I do. I post videos of, repairing stuff. I cook. I do all kind of things, and it builds my watch hours, and it builds me up on time, and things like that. So, if you want to build your channel up, just start making any kind of random videos. And like Sewer Dog, he goes live and he just chats with people, and he likes to crack jokes, and he's kind of funny, and he's just a good old guy, and he prays for people, and just everybody just go out and make random. You don't have to cop watch. You can just go out, and when you're sightseeing, and like if you're going to the beach or whatever, do a video and post it. We'll support you, and we'll share it, and we'll get you your watch hours. But if y'all will go to and I'll show you what I mean. If y'all will go to let me find. Here we go. So like here, for instance, see where it says play all? So I don't expect y'all to listen to all my videos, but what I did is I turned down, you go to the first video, and you hit play all, and when the video starts, you hit mute. There you go, it's muted, and every video after that will be muted. And so what you do, since you don't want to stay there and watch all the videos either, you just open another browser, and there you go. You're on another page, and there you go. So if everybody will go to people's pages, the smaller channels pages, open up their page and hit play all, then they'll help get their watch hours. So I know I'm rambling. I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer. I do got to go drop off my utility trailer. Actually, it ain't mine. I actually borrowed one from a friend. I need to go drop it off. Johnny, the fella I went to Colorado with, I was going to borrow. Mine is loaded. I ain't been to the dump yet. So I was going to borrow Bill's. I asked him, could I use it? He said, sure, go for it. But by the time I was getting over there, it was like 10:30. I didn't want, and they got a security gate, which I could have went through. Y'all seen that, but it chimes in their house, and I didn't know if they was in bed. So I asked my buddy if I could borrow his, and I knew he was up, and so I went over there and got his instead. So I got to drop it off. So I'm about to leave to do that. Y'all go ahead and say good nights to everybody, and let's see. Let me read a few of these. You're waiting for criminal background to clear, so I can stop. Well, that's cool. When you get your background clear, what you going to do? You're going to do criminal justice? Help us out. Criminal justice reform. The, getting them bad cops off the streets. Hey, go clean. There ain't nothing wrong with cleaning. Listen, I don't care what you do. This is me, and I tell anybody, and anybody who worked for me since I've had my business started. Okay, here's what I tell people when I hire them. I said, "Will you do anything I ask you to as far as work that won't physically hurt you or is not, it won't hurt you in any way or get you in any legal trouble?" And they're like, "Well, what do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, let me put it to you this way. If a man called me and he had a pig farm and he said, 'Hey, I want you to come shovel all the poop out of my pig stalls.' And I said, 'Okay, I'll come give you a price. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to look at the job and I'm going to quote him a price. And if that man's going to pay my price, then we're going to put on some hip waders and some boots and whatever it is and make sure we don't get none on our skin. And we're going to go shovel that poop. Because if he's going to pay me my price, then we're going to do it. That's what I'll do, anything legal to make money. And I'm not scared of work. And so when I tell people that, I've had people say, "I ain't cleaning toilets." So I ain't, that's what, then you won't work for me, because at times we go to some of these places and we got to do a snake drain. And if you ain't cleaning the toilet, then you definitely don't want to snake the drain. You know what I mean? That's even worse than cleaning the toilet. So, I applaud anybody who has a job. Okay. And I hope, Emma, that you get that job, and I hope that, you know, you build up from there, and maybe you even start your own cleaning company. Hey, let me tell you, that's another thing. You know what made me start my own business? I worked for a man, and I made him all kind of money. I was good at what I did, and it was, and I'll go ahead and say it. It was Cecil Brown, Brown's Brother Roofing, and I was laying down shingles, hammering them out, and I was knocking them out. But they was drinkers, and they would drink on Friday nights, and then want everybody to show up for work on Saturday, and you would, but they'd be hungover and sweating out the alcohol. And so they would get there in a bad mood, and they would start running their mouth, blah, 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 and cussing everybody. You ain't cussing me. Finally, I got so sick of it, I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to work for this guy anymore. And I saved some money, and I didn't go roofing. The first thing that I started was a detail shop. Now, of course, I admitted I was also selling drugs, but I always had a business. And when I say drugs, marijuana. Marijuana is not really drugs. So let me stop myself from saying that. Marijuana is a plant that even God tells you, Genesis 1:9, "Behold, I have given you every plant bearing seed, and every tree with fruit with seed in it, on the face of the whole earth, as food for you." So God tells us He wants us to eat it, at least, if nothing else. He ain't saying smoke it, but He's wanting us to ingest it. Okay? And there's actually more than that. There's more passages about marijuana in the Bible. Thank you so much. I'm behind stream and just got to your playing my vids. Thank you. You all. Hey, no problem. It's no problem at all. I'm glad to help any channel. Look, I'm not a big channel, but I'm growing, and I'm big enough to go live, and I'll definitely support all small channels. We just can't say the SU word here, because they'll take them from you. So don't say that. Don't type that. Just know to go to each other's channel and show some love, and y'all know what that means. But I'm proud to do it. Matter of fact, if you would allow me to, which usually I do it under fair use Creative Commons, but if you'd like me to, I can play some of your videos in tomorrow night's show at the end. I'll play some of your videos, and let people see your channel and be able to go there. Which everybody can go, to everybody's channel right now. You see the little, if you put your finger up over their page, there's the little three little icon buttons to the right. You click on that, it'll say go to channel. You'll stay on my page, but it'll go to their channel, and then you can show them some love. Views in 2 weeks. I personally connected this girl and have been in contact with her in the police department. Her story really touched me. Well, hey, it's awesome that you would reach out to somebody like that and try to help them, even with support, just talking to them or emailing them or whatever. And my phone is the other. When I found my phone, I did say I was turning it on and I didn't, but it's on. It's back on. I didn't do it as fast as I said I would. I'm sorry. But anybody that wants Joe Public, my brother Mike Taylor, thank y'all for being here. I love you guys. Um, my number, of course, is 843 554 4336. Now that's my Swamp Fox number, and I don't carry that all the time because I work, and so I do have it like in the vehicle or whatever. Now right now it's out in my van because again I knew I was going out, but y'all can text me there. I will set up the voicemail. Y'all can text me right now, and I will give y'all my main phone number that I have all the time, and then y'all be able to catch me faster. Anybody can call me anytime if you need help, you need somebody to pray with you, just to talk to. People who don't pray, call me. We don't have to pray. I know some people that follow me are not, they're not believers and they don't pray, and some of you have told me that, and that's okay. But I'm here if I can help anybody, and if it's just talking to you guys about, anything, and if somebody needs help with, the type of work I do electrical, plumbing, sheetrock. I mean, anything to do with home remodeling. You think of it, I do it. Roofing, you need to know how to do something. You need to know how to replace a light fixture. You need to know how to, you can literally, if y'all go in my videos, I've done a video showing y'all how to repair a water heater yourself for about 50 to $100, um, and save $700. Water heaters, tank water heaters, can be rebuilt over and over and over for about $50, $50 to $75, because it depends if you want to put the expansion tanks on them or not. If you have one that doesn't have it, they recommend expansion tanks now. But you can literally, as long as the tank is not leaking, you can replace the thermostats and the elements over and over and over. And that's all it is. It's just tank that you got a thermostat that heats an element, and then it heats the water. So if the tank's not leaking, for a $50, $60 kit, you can do it yourself. Drain it, clean it out, take the elements out, and it's just a couple wires. It's real easy. You turn the power off. So I did a video on that and stuff like that. So anyway, if anybody's got anything they need, like something done around the home that y'all need help with, call me. I'll tell you how to do it. I'll do a video and show you how to do it. So, but anyway, that being said, listen, I truly do love you all. I hope y'all all have a great night. I hope God blesses each and every one of you every day of your life, whether you believe or not. I believe, and so my God, the God I believe, will worship. Will bless each and every one of you. I hope, and so I just hope the best for each and every one of you. So y'all feel free to call me anytime. Reach out to me by email, armenhammer42@gmail.com, ARMENHAMMER42@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night. I'll have about 7 more shows, some videos, and some stories. So I thank you all for being here. God bless everyone. Please support the small channels and make sure you help them grow. God bless.